Oh, don't get too excited. Well, I almost fell. Welcome back to the informative Dark Souls playthrough. Uh, as always, we are here to play Dark Souls and have fun learning how to play Dark Souls. Last time around, we defeated a nasty old butterfly that was living deep in the woods, and now we are ready to just go back to our regular schedule of fighting off of ringing bells of awakening. But before we do that, actually, this is going to be a kind of a special episode. I want to say, well, not special exactly in that kind of way, but this episode will showcase, I think, perhaps more than any other episode, the kind of patience that you have to have with this game sometimes. Like, we are going to fight a boss now that is very annoying in my opinion, but you just have to get him done. You have to get him out of the way. But to do so, you have to go through a process that it's not that fun, but it teaches you some perseverance, and it is ultimately all worth it. So we're gonna go through that, and I hope you find it useful, because it's also a boss that I think a lot of new players just don't know how to deal with. Like, straight up, I think that if there's, out of all the bosses in this game, I would have to guess that this particular boss is the one that gets one of the most searches. Like, how do I beat this boss? How do I beat this? How to beat this guy? Because I don't know. Maybe not the most search for, but at least top 3 or 5. You know, it's pretty bad. We have a little bit of souls. So we're gonna give him the ember, the divine ember. Yeah, the divine ember lets us improve weapons. Well, it lets us change weapons into divine weapons. Divine weapons split their damage between physical and magic, basically. And they also make that damage be of the white magic variety, like light. So things like the undead will really hate this kind of damage, and divine weapons are actually really fucking useful in one specific area of the game. We're not there yet. It's still a ways, but eventually we'll want to dabble in this divine weapons business, is all I'm saying. Not right now, though. I was say, I'm gonna purchase one of these. I'm deciding which one, though. I don't expect I'll be wanting to improve stuff in a while. Well, I'll always be wanting to make repairs if I can, so I'm gonna purchase the repair box. Just to be safe. Like I said, that durability is not a big issue in this game. But still, I don't like it creeping up if I can help it, so let's just repair our stuff if we can and move on. So we're gonna get going, but before we get going to that fight off that particularly annoying boss, now we're gonna do the little detour that I mentioned in the last episode, where we'll be getting a special ring that will help us quite a bit. In fact, it's a ring that I can tell you right now we will be wearing for the rest of the game. I'm not gonna take that ring off ever once I put it on. That's how important it is. From here on, all the way to the final boss and the final boss of the next playthrough and the next, I will be wearing that ring always. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I'm gonna kill these guys. Why not? They may drop some shards. Let's. They don't like it when you break these. Yeah, I guess pissed. They don't like unruly people in their church, I guess. Come on, give me a shard. No, you didn't drop a shard, you cheapskate. This is something that happens sometimes in Dark Souls, the enemy closest to you is not always the one that notices you first. Like in there, that guy has his back turned, so you might at least that makes a little bit of sense. But later on, you will see some examples of people who are all facing me, and still it is the one in the back that comes for me before the others, and that's just arbitrary. And that's one of the things that you just have to get used to. That straight up. Let's just kill this guy. No Titanite shards. Unfortunately, as you can see, I have no item discovery right now. Like, I have a 0 counter in my humanity meter, which means that my item discovery rate is at the lowest it could possibly be. So our chances there were never very good to begin with. Now, I should mention, this thing I'm about to do with the ring, you should do it like, you should do it too, and you should do it right at the same moment that I'm doing it, if not earlier. You should not wait for this. You want to do it as soon as you can, because after a certain point you will just not be able to. And in fact, what will happen is that this bonfire will disappear if you don't do it. I'll explain the details a little bit once we have gotten it. It's a little complicated, but it has to do with our old friend. Remember him? Remember him? Yeah, it's not the ring. He does not give us the ring, if you thought that was gonna be it. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's giving us a really bad reward. Like, he knows it's a shitty reward. Yeah, he's mocking us now. The thing you want to do with this guy now is kill him. Unfortunately, he's actually pretty damn strong. Like, he would wreck our shit actually if we try to take him on. Maybe we could beat him, but I don't want to risk that. So instead, what I'm gonna do is, I can't defeat him in a fair fight, but there's a nice little precipice behind him, so I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna kick him to his death. Now, where's my ring, you might ask? Well, this is the obtuse part, I guess. You have to do this. You have to straight up quit the game. Just like so. Just quit the damn game and reload. And it doesn't take too long. And there it is. There's the ring. As well as 5 humanity. Would you look at that? Ring of favor and protection. Now this ring, this is what this ring does. It boosts our HP, our stamina, and our equipment load, but it breaks when you take it off. So once you put it on, it's life, baby. It's like marriage. Well, at least marriage in the old days, I suppose. I'm not complaining about that, by the way. And yeah, you can see immediately the effect. I mean, it boosts our health by 100 points, more than 100 points, our stamina by fucking 22 points, and our equipment load by a whopping 12 points. So yeah, we want this. We always want this. Why not? Let's put it on. And now, just like that, we are able to wield our armor that we couldn't wield in the last episode, and we are fully in gear and able to mid-roll. Isn't that nice? So the reason you want to do this as fast as possible is that if you wait around and you advance in the story without taking care of this guy, then what'll happen is he will kill the firekeeper, like this lady. He will up and just murder this lady. And that's a problem because she's the firekeeper. So if she dies, the bonfire goes with her. And you can no longer rest at the Firelink Shrine. Yeah, that can and it actually happened to me the first time I played this game. And it's a bummer. It's a bummer. This is like the hub area, right? This is like your main stomping grounds here. So how could you ever take losing this bonfire? Fortunately, it's not the end of the world. You can still restore the bonfire after it's been lost, but in order for you to do that, you have to defeat Lautrec in another, basically elsewhere, in another place, not that much further ahead, but further ahead in the story. And that fight is actually pretty difficult because there's no way to cheese him. just like we did right there by kicking him overboard. In that case, you have to fight him like fair and square, and it's not just him, but two of his buddies too. And if I remember correctly, you cannot actually heal in that fight either. You cannot use Estus. So it's a pretty tough fight, and we would much rather do this to avoid that if we can, right? And if you do choose to fight him there, then he'll also drop the ring at that point, right? But yeah, that was basically it. And now we're gonna go back through where we came. Man, our guy is looking really good now, right? We look more like proper knights now. That sword especially gives us quite the look, I should say. And I'm not sure if I... Yeah, I guess I go through here now. Okay. Yeah, these guys, they showed up again, so let's just kill them. Let's just murder the hell out of them. Yeah. I let my guard down there. That was maybe a little overkill. You see, I'm not even sweating these guys anymore. We've come far since we were first here. And we're gonna go through there now. Oh, we were just short. We're not gonna bother with those guys. Yeah. Those arrows don't do a lot to us now. Oh boy, stairs. My deadliest enemy. Can you believe it? I have not yet figured out how to do it. Like I keep meaning to figure it out, but oh shit. Okay, we're poisoned. We're poisoned. It's not a huge deal, but I guess it's a good learning opportunity, right? That little yellow bar indicates our poison level. When it drops all the way down, we stop being poisoned, but while it is still ticking down, we will lose health periodically. Like you see, my HP is dropping slowly. It's not so fast that I can't survive, right? I can just Estus and live a little long for some more time. So it's not the end of the world right now for us. And we should be fine regardless. And we don't have to expend one of our moss clumps that we got from the forest because we are very close to a bonfire right now. And bonfires, obviously, they heal poison. What bonfires don't heal is curse. So watch out for that. The only way to remove curse is with a purging stone, and purging stones are quite expensive to buy and are otherwise a little rare. Do we have any souls that we can use to level up? No, we don't. Oh, that's okay. Okay, it's time. It's time for us to face the boss, and the boss is none other than the dragon. Do you remember that dragon that was reluctant to attack us in the bridge? That's the guy we're facing. And actually, now that I remember, I have to... Oh, yeah. Man, I forgot all about that. I need a bow for this boss. It's not for damage. I only need to kind of pelt him a little bit. But I need a bow. And thankfully, there's a way to get a bow pretty easily. Just around here. Yeah. And this is going to be the start of our long attrition war to defeat that motherfucking dragon. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I'm so strong now that I can just overwhelm these guys. Like, you might not think it, but every enemy also has its own stamina meter, and these guys can get, you know, blown out of their stamina just as way as you can. Just as how they can also use Estus and stuff. You know, they're not so different, them and us. Yeah, okay, well, before I do this, I should check if I haven't gotten a bow. Yeah, I guess that's more important. And regardless, I would need arrows, right? So it's not a waste that we're here anyway. We have a longbow. But can we wield? No, we need one more dexterity. That might be a problem. And we have arrows. So we have to level up once. Just to get the bow. To be able to use the bow. I don't quite recall how many souls we needed to be able to level up. I think we're almost there, I think. But even so, I think I will purchase arrows here. Yeah. Yeah, because 16 arrows ain't gonna cut it. And these are cheap enough that I can just purchase a bunch of them. It doesn't matter, like 70 should be okay. We should not have to use even close to 70 arrows, but I like to be prepared. And we'll have to do like a quick run through this area just to get the souls we need to level up. It should be done over quick and easy. Okay, we need 800 souls. That's no problem at all. Let's just do this. I'm gonna kill this guy, and then we're gonna kill this guy, and so on and so forth. We're a few souls short now. There's more of them here, so let's go. And those guys drop bombs are a little annoying, eh? Okay, we're gonna take a hit there, and these guys don't do any damage to us anymore. We're completely fine. And we got Justin. Oh, we got a Titanite shard. That's nice. That's neat indeed, even though Titanite shards are no longer all that useful to us, because from here on, our claymore will require large Titanite shards to be reinforced. But if down the line... No, it will be useful, because down the line we want to be reinforcing other stuff as well. So, that's... Forget I said anything, so we should improve our dexterity. And that will actually increase the attack power of our claymore, because our claymore also scales with dexterity, if you remember. Yeah, it has a parameter bonus of C in dexterity as well as strength. So really, we could be just leveling up dexterity just as much as we're leveling up strength, and it will still make us hit hard. That's one advantage of this weapon. So we should keep that in mind. Okay, now we are ready to take on that motherfucking dragon. So we will equip our bow here. And let's be careful that we don't go overboard, because bow's way too... Yeah, see that? Now I am overweight. I am over-encumbered. Well, not over-encumbered, but I am now past my halfway point with equipment load. So if I roll... Yeah, that's what we call fat rolling in the Dark Souls lingo. And we don't want a fat roll ever, so... But we are not too far off from our limits, so we can do something like this, I think, and we should be fine. That's not enough, though. Like, if we put this helmet on... Yeah. We'll have to use this helmet just for the time being. Level a single level up of endurance should be able to put us over the line, and we're not gonna be using the bow afterwards anyways. We'll just unequip it. So I guess it's time to talk about the boss, right? Okay. Well, let's just do this first. Yeah, he just spit fire all across that bridge, and every single enemy in there was just roasted to death. So now we don't have to worry about them. Okay, here it is. Here it is. The way this boss works is he'll just hang there from his perch until we get a little bit too close for comfort, and then he'll just, you know, fucking ravage everything with fire. However, if we shoot an arrow at him from this distance, like so, yeah, we will be able to what I mean is, the minute that this arrow lands, he will drop down and place himself more or less around that area. And once he's there, there is a short window of time in which he is vulnerable, and we will basically shit. He's coming down. I think he noticed me. Oh, okay. That was not a good position for me, so I had to back off. But basically, once he's down there, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to run as fast as we can. We're gonna put in one single swing of our sword, and then we're gonna run like hell back to these stairs to cover ourselves from the impending fire. And after we do that, the dragon will kind of get bored and return to its perch. After which we will simply repeat the process over and over again until he is dead. And you can see now why that is a little why that would be a little boring, I guess. But it's the way of the world. So what we're gonna do is and you want to do this with two-handed if you can help it. And I technically could have sneaked in an extra hit there, but I didn't want to risk it. Really, this guy's fire just wrecks you. Like you cannot survive it. Like or maybe you can survive it, maybe, but it's a long shot, and I don't want to be here all day. So we're gonna just take the safe approach if we can. Shit! You see, he didn't do that last time, because he has certain patterns that he obeys, and sometimes he will just do a bite attack, and that bite attack actually puts us in a position where we could possibly hit him again. But if we wait around and see what his attack will be, then we run the risk of it being a flame attack, and we don't have an answer to that one. So it's imperative that we just keep doing this. Like, this is life, man. This is life. You know, life's a grind, so at least it's realistic, right? In all honesty, though, I think this is my least favorite Dark Souls boss, and I hope it's not too boring to watch. Okay. Yeah, the cycle takes a little bit. Oh, okay, he's gonna bite, so let's do it. Why not? Okay, we failed. Okay, he did another bite, so we could have theoretically gone for that, but well, you know, I have like a need to spice things up, so maybe we'll get to try that again. Let's see now. Okay, he's gonna go for a bite. Did we smack him again? I don't think we did. Okay, that definitely hit. So we got 2 hits in there. Oh, that's really good. And I think I can do that again. Maybe. We'll see if we can keep it up like that. See, I'm learning too. We're all learning in this process, and that gives me tremendous joy. Let's do this. Okay, don't do that. You want to be quick on the switching weapon state. Okay, we can stay. We can stay. Oh shit. Yeah. What this does is it teaches you to switch weapons between weapons and stances, because bows require two-handed stance to use, and you want to use two hands to hit them when you can. So that's at least a good thing. Like, it lets you learn that ability. We switch stance, and then we missed there. Oh, but he did the bite attack, so we get to live another day. Now, there's an annoying thing about this boss, is that it will actually regenerate health, and the only way to stop that, I think, is to cut off its tail. But the weird thing is that he doesn't always do it. Like, sometimes he will regenerate his health, and sometimes he just won't. Like, he hasn't done it yet. So we're grateful about that, but if he starts doing it to you when you face him, then just be mindful of that. You know, this boss is a little... No. Okay, he's getting a little impatient, I think. One more thing I feel I should mention about this boss is... this boss can also drop a special sword called the Drake Sword that you might see a lot of players, especially newer players, they go crazy over it. Like, oh, the Drake Sword is so fucking good. How can I not play? Oh, we got him. Yeah, that wasn't so bad, was it? That wasn't so bad. And we get to get these things. So yeah, the Drake Sword. We didn't get the Drake Sword in this playthrough. I'm aware of it, believe me. I'm aware of the fucking Drake Sword. It's just that to get the Drake Sword, you have to do this really boring thing where you have to go basically down there. Like, you see how down there? You can step there, and then from there you can shoot arrows at the dragon's tail. And from that position, the dragon can't really do anything to fight back, so you just shoot arrows basically until the tail breaks, and once the tail breaks, the Drake Sword is yours. It takes a long ass while, like maybe not that. I mean, I'm talking about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, depending on the strength of your arrows. If you have really strong arrows, then maybe it doesn't take that long actually. But and the Drake Sword is a pretty good sword. The problem with it is that it really doesn't last. It doesn't stay good for a long time. Like, it will help you a lot in this part of the game, in these first parts of the game. But its biggest weakness is that the Drake Sword does not scale, like at all. Like, stats do not affect it. Its damage always stays the same, and the only way you can make it stronger is by reinforcing it with the blacksmith. And it is absolutely not worth your time to do that, or your souls. So overall, I don't get the Drake Sword because I feel like its usefulness is very limited, and I would just rather keep on my merry way without having to do some convoluted dragon tail thing. That's my 2 cents on the issue. And we're gonna go with endurance. We are going to take off this pesky bow because I don't think we're gonna ever use it again. And we're back to our regular helm that we were using. And look at that. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, actually. I'm gonna open this gate. And whoa. Some enemies there, but that's okay. That should do it for this episode of the Dark Souls Remastered informative playthrough. I hope you guys had a good one watching this, and I'll see you next time.